We got a deck profile here by Butters. He's gonna show us his Raccoon, his baby Raccoon deck.
So this is the deck I just took to regionals. I didn't change up anything, but I'll tell you what I will, what I will change and what I liked and didn't like about it. So 3 Pompoko, 3 Tantan. They work really well together. The one suggestion that I have is, especially first duel, first turn, just set Tantan so they don't really know what you're doing. Like just summoning a Pompoko and then Tantan face down. Pompoko almost always gets run over, and then plus they just know what you're running. So just that one piece of advice. I run triple junk synchron. This I'd probably cut to 2 because while it's one of the best top decks, early on it can really hurt you. Like there were games where I'd open up with multiple of these, or like if you open up with like these and like an Elephant or a Cerebral, it just really kills you. So probably cut that down to 2. I do run 2 Barbaros. When I get to the extra deck, I'll explain why. I mean, I really love these cards. I was playing against a stall deck, and that's the only time I used their the effect to tribute to blow up all the cards. But that you can also do off of Obedient Skull. But this plus a junk gets you Star Eater, and that plus like Elephant gets you a Leo. So just the fact that it can be normal summoned and gives you a 1900 beater, plus it's a high level, just makes it really good, I think. And then so for the level 2s, Kalantosa, Wind Up Kitten, Triotter. I only run 1 Kalantosa just because it's a pain to draw. Wind Up Kitten, it is good, the bouncing. And then I really like Triotter. Some run Sea Koala. I like Triotter just because you can increase, and then if you do a token, then the token gets essentially a permanent attack increase. And that's kind of one of the themes of the deck that you can really abuse, is that give one monster a temporary attack boost, and then it can be the other ones can get it permanently, so like a token. Then I run 2 tuners, Cerebral and Elephant. This you run basically just to get into Unicore. And then Elephant is great because since it's an Earth, it allows you to go into Beast and Barkion. And then 1 Thunder King, just because it shuts down decks, and it's just all around a great card. So, then into the spells. 3 Obedient School, just run it. 3 MSTs, just run them. I do run Dark Hole. I have 1 Closed Forest. I like it just because late game, you can get your monsters up to like insane attacks. It doesn't even have to be that late game. After a couple turns, you can get them up to an extra 600, 700. Plus the fact that, like I was saying, with getting your tokens more powerful, like if you have Closed Forest and a Sandaiu, Closed Forest will boost Sandaiu attack. You summon the token, and the token copies Sandaiu's attack, and then on top of that, the token gets Closed Forest bonus. So it's just, you can easily get them to stack up. 1 creature swap. I never really used it. It's good just in case you have like a flip Tantan or an extra monster off of Obedient School that you can't do anything with. Or just, we don't really have that many boss monsters. So just being able to still theirs is good. And then one of my favorite techs, United We Stand.
Card.
Just the fact that we can get out a lot of monsters easily, plus, like I was saying, again, with the Closed Forest theme, if you have, a Sandaiu and you have, let's say, 2 monsters, you can play this on Sandaiu, it gains 24, and then you play a token, and then that token is then, 3,400, and that token stays 3,400, even if, United We Stand leaves, so you can quickly, get monsters up. Plus, this card won me a duel. I played a Final Countdown deck, and he had a Battle Fader in defense position, and I had 5 monsters, and I attached this to a Downward Magician for a 7,100 Downward Magician that just wrecked.
God bless.
I do main 2 Mistake. Some would put it in the side deck, but this just hurts every single deck out there, and nothing, I don't run Duality, which I don't recommend because you special summon so much. But this doesn't stop a single card in the deck. So then, especially with Fire Fist running around, this just does wonders at shutting them down. And then 2 Mirror Force, 2D Prisons, Torrential, Bottomless Solemn. Only one Fiendish. If I had more, I'd probably run them, and I'd probably, this is probably worth putting up to 3. Maybe take out like a creature swap and then that other Junk Synchron for 3. One Wabaku. I had 2 for a while. I mean, it's just good. I mean, it's a chainable card, and if you're, you can also use this offensively because if you copy a token, so if your token copies your opponent's monster, then you can use this so your token doesn't get destroyed too. But just it's a great chainable. One Burst Rebirth. This card is actually really great. You can end phase, and then you can get a Tantan back, and then flip Tantan at the beginning of your turn, so you essentially get 2 extra monsters. And, or, if you want to get back a Beast or a Starter, or basically anything from your extra deck, so it just, it's just really good. And then I did run one Skill Prisoner. Overall,
Ooh.
pretty good. It's effective because it gets around Veiler. And you just get to use it twice. Honor Arc, you can get around it. So, just a good card. Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Hi.
The star of the Linda Law Taylor Swift channel with ramen noodles.
You're not sneaky
She
enough.
did it awkwardly.
What was I supposed to do? Bye.
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 Forever.
So then on the extra deck, one Downard. I'd run 2 if I. Well, I actually did. I pulled in the packs. I pulled a second one, so
Now you can.
I'd almost suggest running 2. Of course, you run 3 Sandaiyu. Sometimes 3 isn't even enough. It's amazing. It's like a
Draco sack.
Yeah, it's like a Draco sack, but it has
A lock.
it has tokens. Like it's, I don't know. In some ways, it's better. Considering that this is level 2s and not level 7s, this might be better. One Herald, never went into it. I'd almost drop. I'd consider Gotchi, but I'd almost drop every non-Sandaiyu rank 2, just because when you have there's really not a time you want to go into one of those. It's not one of these. So, I mean, if you have the space and you want to, sure. Unicorn card wins games. Like
God bless this card.
there were at least three games today that I won, because of Unicorn.
I lost my duel because of this card.
So I mean, just run it. Like, other level 4s, some run Ball Mug. Arm's probably a good choice, but definitely I'd run Cerebral just for have access to Unicorn.
Yeah, this card's way too good.
And then for level 5s, Beast. If I have 2, I'd run 2. Beast is kind of your go-to one. I mean, your go-to one if you open up. If you open up a level 2 plus Obedient School, then you can get Beast and Sandaiyu, so that's great. Catastor, great. Junk Warrior, great. Fitzgerald, amazing. Definitely, I'd certainly recommend all of these level 5s. Barkion, never made it. It's good, but the thing is, since it's a dragon, it can't be summoned off of Obedient Schooled.
Yeah.
After you do that turn. And just the fact that you have to give up three beasts for it, and you can only it's probably worth having, but I never went into it. And then I have rank 7s. I have Black Rose and Ancient Fairy. Never went into them. I mean, again, it's just one of those things. Like it's rare for you to have two like a Junk Synchron and then 2 beasts. And then, not want to go into, like, one of the level 5s and just sit on your beast for another turn. So, worth having. I like Ancient Fairy just because of the special summon effect, plus the field spell combos with the Closed Forest. But, I don't know, they're not too necessary. Leo, amazing. Star Eater, amazing. The best duel. I summoned Star Eater, I think my second turn, he just scooped. Like, he's like, GG. And then some sexy tokens.
Oh, yeah. The tokens.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, best token.
The young Parasect.
Okay, so then side deck. Another Closed Forest, just for matchups where they have another field spell worth running, I guess.
Spellbooks.
Yeah. Defissure, Soul Drain, needed. 2 Overworked versus Fire Fist. As long as Fire Fists are the top meta, run this.
This is a good card.
Light Imprisoning versus, Boojins, Constellars. It's good. Shadow Imprisoning, I think it's worth running just because, it can shut down an entire deck at the risk of junk. You have to side out junk, but that's okay. Mind Crush, Things Search. Rivalry.
You ever use it?
I sided it in versus Mermails. I never
Oh.
drew it. It's one of those things like you can, most of your deck, is Beast. So you basically just have to, you take out junk and junk and Barbaros and then the Thunder King. So it's okay. Same with Gozen. I mean, with these, it's something like if you're playing something like a Sea Lancer or something, or a deck where I played a hero deck and I sided these and never used it, but they have to have multiple attributes. So it's one of those things where you can kind of get by on just Earth monsters, but they really have to play around it. So it's like you're sacrificing for the greater good. And then an MVP card, Deck Devi.
Oh god, this card.
The other card you can side in is Eradicator 2. I mean, Deck Devi works great. Basically you can go into Downer whenever you want, and then also Junk Warrior or Catastrophe, I guess, 2 for these. But basically I was playing him a Dolce player. He had 6 cards in hand. I Deck Devi'd with Downered when we went into time, and he had to destroy 5 cards. So, same with, I played the Final Countdown stall deck, and I Deck Devi'd and I destroyed, a car and, a Swift. So, I definitely recommend it.
Worth.
It's just great. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think.
Did you ever think about, what changes you were going to make?
Yeah, I mean, so the big ones are, drop a Junk Synchron, maybe drop Creature Swap. Probably, I mean, I'd put in more Fiendish. I just have to get my hands on them. That's kind of about it, though. I mean, I think the monsters are quite set. I mean, I think having five additional level 2s is a great number, just because you want to have enough targets in your deck. But you don't want to, be just continually drawing into them. So you want cards that, Kalantos is interesting because this has to be summoned off of Tantan. You have these 2, which are good to be summoned on their own. They're viable. And, of course, these 2 as tuners.
Yep.
So, I mean, the big thing, this deck, it's so explosive, when it needs to be. If you get, if you get Barbaros and Obedient Schooled first turn, you get a Sandayu, a Leo, and then a 3400 or 3100 token. It just can be so amazing. But, at the end of the day, you're running a bunch of level 2 monsters that can be easily run over. So it's just that mix of explosiveness versus consistency versus protection. So you can get, there were quite a few times where, my opening hand was, this. Or this and then Elephant. So... So yeah, just gotta mix and match, and the main thing is just see what works for you. Some people run the pure Beast build, some run a pure Fabled build, some run a Dolce build.
They also run that one build that I faced that all bases around Unicorn.
Yeah, just Unicorn control.
Manipulating your own hand and their hand.
So basically, just do it and see what works for you, what your preferences and play style. So yeah, fun deck overall. It was actually really represented. Twice, Sayu played against one, and twice the person sitting next to me was playing Raccoon, so it was, it was good. A lot of representation. That's 'cause it's a very cheap deck. Yeah. Very, very budget. So besides, you have to pay a little bit for a Beast, I guess, or some of those.
Mistakes.
But mistakes. Everything else is so cheap, though. So
yeah,
sure. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right.